Yay Media Group.
Hey guys, it's Stephanie.
I'm Trey.
This is your weekly dose of BS.
All right, have you seen this scandal on TikTok going around? Well, now it's more than just on TikTok. Chappell Roan made a little girl cry. Now, if I mind you, she has one album out and she has some good songs, but I'm not a big Chappell Roan fan. She's not that amazing to where I would defend her in something like this, and she has proven to be more of a problem than a solution. Because she's rude to people consistently.
Okay, so I've seen a lot of videos of her being rude to people, and I'm like, is it legit? But the videos I've seen, she is really hating the fame that she prayed for. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
And there's good and bad, right? Like if you want the fame and the fortune, you kind of have to take the negative that comes with it, right? It's just the way it is. Or you can be obscure and live your life, and you'll still have haters. You just won't be, they'll just be like, your friends and family or whatever.
Well, and I will say, she really kind of set herself up to kind of like Hannah Montana, this whole system where she really puts on like a full costume whenever she's in like performance mode. But then you've also seen just like casual mode, which looks very different. Not in a bad way, just like you could not do all the makeup and all the crazy outfits going out and then get mad when people recognize you. So there are videos of her like walking through the airport, and she has security just kind of with their head on a swivel ready to yell at anybody that has a camera trying to take a picture of her. And she all the time will just like berate people for asking for an autograph or a photo or saying hi. It's very odd. But she was at a hotel in Brazil, and there was an 11-year-old girl who was staying at the hotel too, who was having breakfast with her parents. And this girl's mom posted this story on TikTok, and she said that they just happened to be staying at the same hotel as Chappell Roan. And so they were downstairs at the restaurant having breakfast, and Chappell and her security walk in, and the mom said, "Hey, I think that's Chappell Roan." And the little girl was a big fan of her. And the girl was like, "No, I don't think so." And she was like, "I'm going to go look." And so she got up and she kind of walked over towards like the windows, because I guess Chappell was sitting on an outside area, and did not go outside, but looked and was like, "I can't tell. Like, maybe it's her, maybe it's not, whatever." Well, then this security guy, who just so happens to be, I believe, the same security guard that was with Kim Kardashian during her robbery.
Okay.
Pascal something. Maybe not, but the guy looks familiar. He comes up to the family's table and is berating them, being very rude about them bothering Chappell while she's trying to have breakfast. And the mom was like, "My daughter didn't approach. My daughter is just a fan, wanted to see if that was her. Like my daughter," or she said, my husband is very well known. Her father is very well known. Like she's used to being around famous people and she's very respectful. So I know we did not bother your breakfast." And then the security guard proceeds to tell this mom how she should be a better mother and teach her daughter manners and all this stuff, just berating the family. And the girl ends up crying.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So this gets a response when the girl's father, who is Jude Law,
oh my God,
speaks out. And then the girl's stepfather, who is a very famous football/soccer player, says something too on social media. I think the football player was the one that wrote about it first and just said, had a terrible experience, so rude, will never be a fan of this girl. So Chappell finally responds, because now she's like, "Oh, there's,
you're two famous people that are mad at me." Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And she's like, "That wasn't my security. I don't know who that was." Well, then why is someone inserting themselves into worrying about your breakfast if they're not paid to be there? And the mom said, she was like, "I knew who this guy was, the security guy, and I know that he is security for famous people."
Yes.
So
100%. Just own it. And
she was like, "It wasn't hotel security. It was someone's private security."
Yes.
So now a security guard has come out and he was like, "I was not there with Chappell. I was there with someone else." Won't say who, but it's like, girl.
No.
You threw him a few extra bucks to come out and take the fall for this. I just think she's a shitty person. I just want to talk about it.
Yeah, no. So I've seen quite a few things of her being very upset and like kind of yelling at people just on social media. And I just think here's the deal. I do think when you're that famous, it's, got to be like overwhelming. But also I do think you can go to places that aren't so like, I think she goes to like very, very, very famous restaurants that paparazzi are going to be
She's setting herself up.
You like certain hotels, people, I don't know. I just think you have to either find a way, spend all your money on security where you are just so hidden from the world all the time that or you have to just say, okay, I'm going out and I know this is going to happen and I'm going to make the best of it no matter, like, that's just part of the deal. Like
it's what you signed up for. It's the business you've built.
And it's just the way it is. I mean, I think instead of complaining about it, you have to either embrace it, or if you hate it, then live a life. A lot of people, you never see them out with, they never get photographed. A lot of people live like,
well, think about like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You see Taylor Swift when Taylor Swift wants you to see Taylor Swift.
Like Brad Pitt. Like you see him whenever, like you can hide away. Like you can go in back doors. Like there are ways, huge celebrities, much, much, much bigger than Chappell Roan, make it work. I think Lady Gaga even said something, did an interview where she was saying something about how when you're famous, you can.
Yeah, you can turn it on and off.
Yes, and you can hide away. Like you don't have to go to these very, very, like restaurants like that everybody that, paparazzi are outside of. Like there are ways to do things.
Yeah.
We're going to be right back. We're going to take a break and then we'll be right back, guys.
I do think the exception to that rule is like Britney Spears. Like the paparazzi really harassed Britney Spears for Lindsay Lohan. They harassed her because they wanted reactions out of her. But that's just not the world we live in now. Even like the Kardashians. The Kardashians know where paparazzi is going to be because they're calling.
Yeah.
Like there are not just photographers waiting around, maybe at like LAX or like certain restaurants.
Yeah.
But even then the restaurants are calling and saying, hey, we have so-and-so on our guest list tonight. So if you call ahead and you use a fake name, they don't know you're coming.
Well, but also I saw something, maybe it was like TMZ or maybe it was somebody like super famous that was saying like, it is very different than it used to be like back in the Britney Spears, like Paris, like back in, I would say the 90s, where paparazzi are also just lazy compared to what they used to. Like they used to stalk these people and now they just stand outside hotspots.
Well,
like
so
they kind of know where celebrities are going to be and
Let's rip the curtain off this though, because you've been interviewed by TMZ before. How does that work? Is that just random?
Oh, if I'm going to be
think you were outside of a hotel, right?
Oh, it's all set up. Yes, it's all set up. So your PR team sets it up and then so it's like TMZ wants to say something. TMZ asks before they do it. So and people act like they're caught off guard, but you don't. You know that it's going to happen.
Do they pay you?
You know what? I can't remember. I think so. I think you do get paid a little bit too. So I'm sure if you're a big name, you definitely do. But maybe they do. But it's very much like it's very much
a time, a date, a location.
Well, it's going to happen that day. Like they know where you are. But but like in my experience, it's going to happen before it does.
Like what question they're going to ask you?
They don't just come up. I think so. If I remember correctly, I think so. I think they want to ask about something and then they don't bombard you. Like it's not, at least in my experience, it was not like that with them. And I would feel like that would be kind of normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even these things where people are like photographed, like, oh, they're just like you. They're at the park with their daughter. A lot of that's set up by people's PR team. It's not organic. Like if you see something like it's so funny because the other day I was seeing something with like some very famous, maybe it was Shawn Mendes and his new girlfriend or something. And it was him and his new girlfriend like leaning up against like there maybe like a hotel window that was cracked open or something like that. And he was being very lovey-dovey, right? And everybody in the comment section was like, oh my gosh, that is so sweet. Oh my gosh. And all I could think of is y'all do not know how this works. How this works is Shawn Mendes PR team set this up. They were wanting to get they knew somebody was photographing them. Like it was a very staged, lovey-dovey, Shawn Mendes has a girlfriend type thing. Most of the things that you see in these magazines, unless they're catching people with really bad angles and trying to like.
And at his level, they probably even approved the photo.
Yeah. They're like, yeah. So it's something that's a lot of times these things that feel organic are not, especially if they're like positive, they're very staged. Mm-hmm. You know, like we will give you, so just so you know, it's not like what people think it is. The world's very fake a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Very interesting.
Yeah, but on that note, I do think that like when you're famous, a lot of people, and I think that you can mitigate it a little bit, like make it a little less miserable. Because I know Lady Gaga says she does. She was like, I spend money on a lot of security, and that's like the most important thing to me. And so if I think Chappell Roan should do the same. Like that is the most important thing to you if it bothers you that much, where it's like ruining every time you go out, your night's ruined.
But even spending money on security, which she is, your people that work for you are a representation of you.
Yeah.
And they're doing what you instruct them to do. Mm-hmm. So you can't blame security. Like they're going as far as you're telling them to go.
Yeah.
They're not just out here looking to pick on kids.
No, but I think she should just like, go somewhere, go outside of LA, New York, go somewhere like where, you can. I remember being in college and going to the Olive Garden with my friends and their parents, and Trisha Yearwood and, who's she married to? I should know this. He's like the most famous Garth Brooks, were at the Olive Garden with their kids. And they had like this little private dining area, but it wasn't so private that people couldn't see in. And they were fine. Now, did I follow Garth Brooks to the little girl's bathroom when he was taking us out to the bathroom and asked him to sign my checkbook for my grandmother? Yes, I did. And he was very nice. And he did it. But like...
Will you sign my checkbook?
Well, that's all I had. That's all I had. I said, hey, will you sign this? And he was probably like, oh gosh, this ridiculous college girl. But all I'm saying is I feel like they... very, 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 very famous. And he was able to take his family out to the Olive Garden and he was just fine, And I don't think they had like a huge security detail. Like he took his daughter to the bathroom, not his security guard.
Yeah. So go to Olive Garden, Chappell.
Yeah. Olive Garden it is. Yes. On that note, thank you guys so much for listening and supporting. You can follow me at Steph Holman on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
You can follow me at Trey_Stewart. You can follow our podcast at BS the Podcast, and you can watch us on YouTube at Weekly Dose of BS. Bye.
Yay Media Group.